Good Saturday morning, everybody. Live Viper 6 radar actually showing some light showers moving through portions of our far northern and eastern CSRA counties this morning, but mostly dry and sunny as we head toward 8 a.m. with temperatures right around 70.
Right now on Good Morning Augusta, a business boom on the way to downtown Augusta. The name is heading to Broad Street just ahead. And Oktoberfest begins this weekend. Where to go for all the culture and fun as Good Morning Augusta starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6. Good Morning Augusta.
Good Saturday morning. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Augusta. I'm Ashley Campbell.
And I'm Katie Reagan. It's the last day of September. And
That's
it's
right.
actually going to start feeling like it's actually fall.
Like fall time
like
temperatures?
Fall.
This not fall in Georgia, but actual fall.
This is not a drill. So I'll take you out first and we'll look at Live Viper 6 radar, where we do have a couple of showers working through our northern and eastern counties, including portions of Columbia, McCormick, and Edgefield counties. I'll start the clock here at 5 a.m. and let it go throughout the last 2 hours or so. They're tracking slow and they are again isolated, actually now beginning to fizzle out, but they did provide some mist and some rain for some folks in, again, Columbia, Edgefield, and McCormick County over the last couple of hours there. So we'll be drying out, though, as we head toward daybreak, so we'll start the day mostly dry, and we will have a sunny day once we get to the afternoon. But for now, just a little bit cloudy out there. In fact, overcast as we look out of our Jiffy Lube Skyview Network camera from Augusta University Health. Some low-lying clouds out there. Those are those kind of dreary clouds, stratus clouds as we call them, but we'll be clearing up and becoming sunny as we head toward the later morning and afternoon hours. And a quick look at temperatures, a little bit warmer thanks to that cloud cover keeping in the heat overnight with just 68 in Aiken. That's our only rating this morning, in the 60s elsewhere in the low 70s. Full forecasts coming up.
All right, sounds good, Katie. Thank you so much. Well, we begin with some breaking news this morning. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office investigating after a man was hit and killed on Deans Bridge Road. It happened late Friday night near the Lumpkin Road intersection. The coroner confirms that Richard B. Eubanks was hit when he stepped into the southbound lanes. The 36-year-old was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead around 11:30 p.m. Officials say the victim was at fault, so no autopsy will be performed. The incident, however, is still under investigation. Also breaking this morning, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is working a deadly shooting. Chief Deputy Coroner Kenneth Boos confirms 21-year-old Tashawn Carter died after being shot several times. It happened early this morning at the Waffle House on Tobacco Road. Right now, there's no word on any suspects at this time, but you can count on us to keep you updated on this developing story. An Emmanuel County man facing a murder charge after crashing his car into a Taco Bell. Oliver Cope is charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault as well as a charge of criminal damage to property. Swainsboro Police Chief says that the investigators still don't have a motive for the crash. They do believe that there was no connection between Cope and those victims.
So this does not look like any sort of accident?
Not to me. This looks like an intentional act. I don't know what would cause a person to get to the point where they want to drive through the middle of a restaurant with people eating.
23-year-old Macy Lynn Mullis was killed in that crash, and 4 other people were taken to Augusta University Medical Center. Right now, there's no word on their conditions. A man is in jail this morning accused of shooting 2 officers and killing one of them. Seth Brandon Spangler is in custody. Police believe that he shot 2 Polk County cops. One died, the other was hit in his bulletproof vest. She's identified as Kristen Hearn. Investigators say that she was acting as a backup, checking out a suspicious car. Hearn served as a Polk County officer for 5 years. The other cop is now home recovering. Reality Winner is still in jail this morning after another bond hearing. The 25-year-old is accused of leaking classified government documents showing Russia's involvement in the presidential election. Friday, a federal judge opted to think a little more before releasing Winner before her trial. Prosecutors say that there's a risk that Winner could leak more secrets if she's released. A decision may come as soon as next week. Fallout continues in South Carolina this morning over the failed construction at the VC Summer Nuclear Plant. At a hearing earlier this week, the House Utility Rate Payer Protection Committee heard for hours from customers. A lot of upset users and advocates detailed how their high power bills that are covering the cost for reactors that won't be being built have affected them.
Too often, older adults with low incomes must choose between their energy bill and other basic needs, such as food and medication. As a result, they often risk their health and/or comfort.
SCE&G customers have paid more than $1 billion for the project through their monthly bills after 9 cost hikes. Now, meanwhile, South Carolina regulators say that they need to thoroughly review the possibility of forcing SCE&G to stop billing customers for the failed project. The Public Service Commission voted essentially to send the request to the regulatory court. The nuclear surcharges now make up 18% of residential customers' electric bills. And in Georgia, the federal government is giving the go-ahead for 2 reactors at Plant Vogtle. On Friday, the Secretary of Energy announced conditional commitments for up to $3.7 billion in additional loan guarantees. The project's future was in question when the main contractor filed for bankruptcy earlier this year. A final decision on the plant is expected by February. Well, turning our focus now to downtown Augusta, you got 3 businesses looking to make a historic building on Broad Street their new home. News Channel 6's Ann Maxwell explains.
I spoke with reps from 2 of those companies, and they tell me it's going to be a lot of work, but it's worth it to be downtown. 972 Broad Street has been vacant for decades, but it's about to be brought into the 21st century. 3 local companies closed on the property earlier this month.
Downtown Augusta has once again become the epicenter of the region, and us being local guys are just extremely excited about being in our heart of our city.
Milestone Construction, Loop Recruiting, and 3D Development will make the building their home base.
Really going to try to embrace the shared concept throughout the entire building.
They're aiming to wrap up construction by early 2019, but they have a long way to go. Right now, the building is condemned. Milestone Construction is actually doing the work.
That's very rare. The opportunity to build what you're going to it's going to house your operations is really exciting.
Barksdale and Wall say moving their businesses downtown is also exciting. They say the move will put them closer to some of their clients and everything else downtown has to offer.
There's a lot of great bars and restaurants, and like I said, other companies moving down here. This block in particular is going to be a really great block for business. You've got Merrill Lynch across the street, Tag Slayer, Weir Stewart, Power Serve. Rob Wynn's got his office across the street. So we're going to have 3 more companies here. And that's something we're really excited about, just having more people, working near your friends.
Wall says it also allows them to attract more young people to work for Loop, like their talent director, James Williams.
I'm really excited about the opportunity, just the feel of being downtown, getting to walk to lunch, walk to meet your friends who are downtown.
They say they are working with Historic Augusta on the project as well. Back to you.
A familiar voice to local radio listeners is off the air this morning.
So long, everyone. Bye-bye.
Harley Drew, who hosted the morning show on WGAC with Mary Liz Nolan, signed off Friday for the very last time. He's retiring after more than 50 years in local radio, most recently with Beasley Broadcasting.
I've been in Augusta all these years. I was born at Fort Gordon, so I guess you can say this is my hometown. And I love the people here, and I love their support they've given me over the years. And God bless you all. I hope to see you on the other side.
Listen to that beautiful radio voice. Next week, Columbia County Commissioners will be honoring Harley with a proclamation for his service. He says he doesn't have immediate plans, but he's looking forward to that retirement. All right, well, looking ahead to some events that are happening this weekend, Augusta University is honoring Sickle Cell Awareness Month with a 5K. The disease is a genetic disorder. It impacts about 100,000 people in the U.S. It affects the formation of red blood cells. The second annual Stomp Out Sickle Cell Run Walk begins at Children's Hospital of Georgia. Registration is at 7:30. You got about 30 minutes. That race starts at 8. The Aiken Oktoberfest kicks off in downtown Aiken tonight. The 5th annual event will be at the corner of Hayne Avenue and Pendleton Street. You can experience authentic German culture and food all day long, along with live music and other activities. It begins at 6 o'clock tonight, and admission is free. Well, today is your day to help clean up lands across our area. It's National Public Lands Day, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has set up a huge event that should be a lot of fun. There's several projects like kayakers cleaning the edge of the lake, and Greenbrier High's fishing team is going to be building an artificial fish habitat. There's also birdhouse painting for the kids. It's no cost. Lunch is also free along with a t-shirt, and you can expect to meet below the dam. Cleanup is from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Augusta, a new Georgia program is helping drivers all across the state. What you should dial if you end up stranded on the side of the road. That's when we come back. But first, let's check in with Katie and hope this weather holds up for all these outdoor activities. Katie?
Yeah, this weekend is looking picture perfect as we start a trend toward cooler temperatures, at least feeling more fall-like. For the lake, low 80s with a northeast breeze on the cooler side, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour and a mix of sun and clouds.